It's Dropship December week 3. So far we've looked at Shop App, which might as well just be a redesigned AliExpress, and the once great Etsy, which has gone from handmade to dropshipped. So far our Christmas shopping has turned up mostly fruitless, but if there's one site that can get the job done, it's gotta be eBay. You see, eBay really popularized the idea of online auctions, which in my opinion are a pretty human way to do commerce, a lot less transactional and robotic feeling than a classic buy and sell storefront. And that also makes eBay something of an online thrift store where people will go to sell stuff that they don't really need anymore but could become somebody else's treasure. So with all that said, I'm sure eBay hasn't also fallen victim to the modern online shopping plague of slop, scams, and dropshipping, right? Right? So as usual, we're gonna start with a brand new, fresh eBay. Actually, I'm not sure because for some reason it's Portuguese. It's like the Brazilian eBay, and I guess we'll just switch the language to English. Late gift, smart choice. We are Christmas shopping after all, and whoa, boy, okay, it is getting late. So eBay's given us some kind of broad category suggestions here, and I think these 4 are a pretty good summary of what exists on eBay. So I think it makes sense for me to go through each of these one by one. Starting with parts here, it gives us some more categories, but I'm just gonna scroll down to these limited time deals, and let's just click on the first one. Now, you might immediately notice something, which is that this looks like a product picture that you see on like a storefront, which is not really what eBay's supposed to be. It's like a online auctioning thing. Actually, let me stop myself there. I don't want to put words in eBay's mouth. So first, let's read their about section. Where passion meets purpose. Where people come together, find community, and grow through meaningful commerce. Okay, so big focus on eBay from the sort of human aspect. Just like Etsy, we're all about human commerce, people to people. But this is interesting. They do specifically mention pre-loved goods. And that's exactly how I view eBay. It's a place I go to buy things secondhand. It's not somewhere I go to buy like a brand new product. Although they do mention small businesses, so maybe they're trying to also provide it as sort of a platform like Etsy. You know, eBay's not like where you set up your drop shipping operation. Go to make a Shopify store for that. eBay is for real people. Keep that in mind. Now let's just scroll down a little bit and guys, what's this? And this is from my very most favorite seller. You might even recognize the name. SO-877601. What a stand-up guy. Really a stand-up guy. 2 clicks and we've gotten to literally what looks like an Amazon or AliExpress, Temu, something kind of storefront listing. USA stock. Well, unfortunately, I'm actually in Brazil, so this doesn't even really pertain to me. Okay, the brand name is JFind. Okay, this gives us a lot to work on. I'm gonna go JFind this somewhere else on the internet. JFind Amazon. Telling me to JFind a job? Hello? Oh, what is that, Temu? Am I really doing a CAPTCHA for Temu right now? I got clickbaited. It's not even the JFind brand. I gotta get off of this site. I can't. Temu, I hate Temu. Another one of my top sellers here. 6231. This one is, though, 2025 newest. Flaming graphic. Does that get your wallet heated, if you know what I mean? Oh, here's the one that we just saw on Temu. Wait, there it is. This might be a motivational quote right here. Think about this one. One piece design. First of all, one piece mentioned. One is not easy to loose, so that the detection data is stable. It's a life lesson, really. It just keeps going. It's the same product. There's so many different ones of these. And, you know, just stop me if at any point this looks like a human commerce or maybe like a small business or secondhand goods. It was really interesting. As I'm clicking, I noticed multiple sellers were selling this OBD resource, which is funny because this one's called OBD Resource Official Store. OBD Resource once again, but this is from You Cocoa Tree. Okay, this one's from OBD 2 Car. Maybe just a second. Oh, it's like OBD's second channel. Okay, and apparently the OBD Resource impersonation game extends beyond eBay. We have obdresource.us, obdresource.com, obdresource.net, all back to back in the search results. This one redirected me to a Chinese domain. Best service, then perfect products. All OBD resource stuffs, believe in it. Year of establishment, 2008. Yeah, bona fide right there. Construction area of workshop. I don't want to brag. No, I don't want to brag. 5,000 square meters. Why is this site so long? What is going on? Anyways, I can't get distracted on OBD resource. I mean, that could be a whole video for a separate day. Let me know, by the way. and subscribe. But the point that I think I've made abundantly clear by now is that OBD Resource is some random Chinese brand, certainly not a small business. But the thing is, with Etsy, this stuff shouldn't be allowed at all. Their policies state that you have to have handmade products. eBay, on the other hand, I don't know if they have any policies that really say that this stuff isn't allowed. So grab your reading glasses, because we are about to read some policies. All right, take the reading glasses right back off, because I'm going to spare you the boring details, but this policy is kind of empty. There's a lot of technical details, but unlike Etsy, they don't really list out any kind of quality standards that they have for their platform. Points to Etsy for that. I mean, at least they pretend to care. At least they provide some kind of standards to meet. eBay's talking about supporting small business and empowering people and communities, which is a bunch of corporate speak nonsense. It's stupid. What do you mean you're empowering communities? What, by letting me buy a weirdly shaped Cheeto? But if you're gonna try to claim anything like that, claim that you're special, you gotta at least have some kind of policies that would imply that you're, supporting that kind of stuff, helping make that happen. But let's move right along to collectibles, and I think this one's gonna be a bit more human, right? I mean, they can't just pop out collectibles in some factory in China. And if I had to pick a category, I'm a retro gamer. Myself, I'm a retro gamer. Okay, we got some pre-owned, looking good. Got engraved balls, 500 authentic engraved balls, and what is this? Okay, we got the classic USA stock. Once again, I'm in Brazil. I don't care. But you might be wondering, where are they actually located? Well, the answer is Montgomery, Illinois, United States, Sri Lanka. The United States is a small town in Sri Lanka, and Illinois is it's just like a neighborhood within that city, and then Montgomery's just the guy. Is just the guy who's selling this stuff. No extra fees, no import tax. The price you see is the final price. If you see any message asking you to pay import taxes, please ignore it. And now look, here's somebody selling this product, but it's just a dude, and he's got real pictures of a product. It's a used product. I've got no problem with this. This is what eBay should be. But why would I be buying this product on eBay if I'm buying something brand new, and I just have a small feeling that P-0 is not the original manufacturer of this product. Okay, we've wrapped back around. P-0 has a jump and carry peak amp 12 volt jump starter. We're back to the car parts. Oh, and here's another collectible. This is Lego. I can't believe it. I didn't think this would happen. Of all places, within the product image, we found badges. We found badges to put on the mural. Of course, reverse image searching this reveals that it is just the product picture from the official Lego store, where you can see, by the way, that this is $270. And they are selling it for $237. I've got questions. I've got questions. But I think some of my questions may be answered by the fact that it's all over AliExpress. Brand new Lego set that's almost $300, and it's on Christmas sale for $50. Wait, they even scrubbed the Lego logo from the box on this one. If you buy this, you're getting at best, you're getting some Mega Blocks maybe. And so if I had to guess, that's probably exactly what's happening on eBay, but the price is higher because selling on a site like eBay makes things seem more authentic. So they put the price up high enough that it seems plausible, but still low enough that you'd be like, oh shoot, am I getting a crazy deal on these Legos? But hey, that's just a theory. Yeah, you let me know what you think based on the fact that they're also selling 42-inch fire pit with 2 barbecue grills, wood burning fire pits for outside with lid. And for some reason, a lot of books, more books. Man, maybe throw in, what do you think? PowerShare GT 3.0 12-inch string trimmer and wheeled edger. And all of these dropship products, they have the classic over-the-top graphics, USA stock. But then the books are very simple, just one image, PNG of the cover. I feel like the seller is like two people. One guy in Sri Lanka who's trying to dropship, and the other guy is just some dude with old books that he's trying to sell, and he lives in Montgomery, Illinois. But while we're on this subject, I should also add that this is still a really low quality listing for eBay. If you're buying a used product, you should be seeing a picture other than a PNG of the book cover that I could find on Google if I wanted to. And it's once again something that you would expect eBay would have explicit rules for. Actually, you have to provide pictures, not just a recommendation. You actually have to provide pictures. But they seemingly don't. But before we move on, let me give one more fair shot to the collectibles, and nope, never mind. I wish I had somebody who I could commission to make these for me. Just the most ridiculous graphics. There's music coming out of this guy's chest, and the guy's head is not part of his body. It was photoshopped separately from the shirt and the body of this guy. Seamless play. Achieve doll grabbing freedom. Wait, this is huge. Actual picture of it in the warehouse? Okay, hold on. Whoa, we're getting a peek behind the closed doors here. Is that just fiberglass? Just chilling there? And then there's just rows and rows of them in the background. This is awesome. Oh, wait, the exact same images on a different seller? Okay, so, well, we're getting a look behind a closed door. I'm not sure whose door it is. Okay, I know I've really gone down the rabbit hole on collectibles, but there's one thing I have to check because I feel like it has to be riddled with scams, and that is Pokemon cards. Somehow I got this instead of trading cards. It's a set of 3 white privilege card. Well, I know what you're thinking. This product may be in poor taste, but hey, at least it's not drop shipped. And okay, just browsing the Pokemon cards a little bit, just browsing, and here we go. I like this image. It's just a nice little scene of some kids playing with Pokemon cards. Everything looks normal about this picture. Now, I know nothing about Pokemon cards, but this claims to be a 55 pack of gold foil Charizard VMAX GX. Okay, how many names can there be for a card? But I'm pretty sure whatever it is, 55 of these is not costing $10. This is just not real. Although, hey, they do have a lot of good reviews. Perfect everything. Quality, condition, value, and appearance. Top eBay seller. Thanks. Pause right there. If you didn't know, when you leave a review on eBay, it tries to read your text and determine if you've mentioned each of those 4 things that this person just explicitly mentioned. And here's another down here. Items as described. Quality was good, condition was mint, value was great. Now, this could just be people trying to talk about each of these 4 things since eBay sort of prompts you to do so. Or it could be bot comments. It could be. I mean, 99% positive feedback is pretty good for somebody selling straight up scams. But I say that, and then there's a lot of reviews like this. Grandchildren love them. Perfect for the kiddos. Exactly as described. Kids love them. And those are probably real people who bought something not knowing what it was, and when it came, probably still didn't know what it was or that it was fake, and so they just left a good review. But if you ever found yourself in this situation and you weren't sure if it was fake, literally just click on their profile. Please, I'm begging you to just look for 1 second, because you're going to be greeted by this smorgasbord of absurd products. What is this? Lingerie? Yep. Knockoff Carhartt beanie. A penis attachment for a vibrator. I didn't even know this was a thing that existed. Men, ever felt a need to be fully drained? Yep, Gam Gam. Yeah, it's the same person who just sold you these fake Pokemon cards for your grandson. Shiny rectangles. Oh, that's the brand, is Shiny Rectangles. Okay. That makes so much more sense now. I just thought they were trying to be nice and use more simple language for, well, you know, the kind of customer who's buying Pokemon cards. I'm just kidding. And I have neither the time in this video nor the expertise to cover all of these scams, but as you can see, it's just riddled with them. Now, certainly tech should be more trustworthy, lots of brand names, you should know what you're getting before you buy it. But while you'll notice that a lot of these images are the official product images from the brands, most of them are not actually sold by the official brands. For example, here's a Lenovo ThinkPad for sale from AAA PC Store. Now, in this case, you can see they've got some, you know, like Christmas ornaments and some goofy graphics going on. We've got this amazing graphic as well. Now I'm guessing you can imagine how this kind of thing could go very wrong, and I'm guessing eBay did too, because they have this eBay refurbished program. It's basically a set of conditions that a seller has to meet in order to get this sort of verified check mark from eBay. And while I'm sure this is far from perfect, it is great that they're at least trying to do some kind of quality management. But don't you worry, just because some sellers are given a badge of approval doesn't mean the bad sellers are taken off the site. Apple iPhone 16, 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, factory unlocked, checkmark, Apple warranty, checkmark, diamond bullet point, sealed diamond bullet point. Hold on, that was just the title. We didn't even get to the subtitle yet. Airplane emoji, free 2 days, 100. Satisfaction, fire, best price. There's an Amazon logo. This is free 2-day shipping, and man, we are on eBay. We are not on Amazon, so I don't know what that's doing here. And a quick little trip to the official Apple store will show us that the iPhone 16 brand new is $700 at minimum. So how could this possibly be brand new, sealed, and less than that? Is a question that you should probably ask yourself. You should think on that one a little. Now, out of curiosity, let's go ahead and browse Santa Monica Wireless, see what other products they have. Okay, keeping it real simple, very straightforward. Dude, it's just endless. Okay, it's not endless. We eventually get to some random dropship products, including a disposable black mask, which seems a little bit strange for this phone company. Oh, but we didn't even get to the baby Yum Yum stow and go dining set, okay? 1 bib, 1 spoon, 1 stay put plate. And guys, it would appear that by pure accident, we've stumbled across our first AI generated image. Okay, this might actually be the real one, but then this one is certainly AI generated. I can tell you it is because it got the bowl wrong. It's supposed to have this weird dip. So let's check out Sev Allure. Yeah, and first 3 items just off the dome, we got the 3 pieces baby feeding set, full drill 5D painting embroidery picture, and water wave passion twist crochet hair prelude. And this one is featuring AI generated art. Are these full drill 5D things a whole rabbit hole on eBay? And what is this cat in an astronaut helmet? What is this? Here's another just horribly AI generated image. Even better, we're crossing over into Etsy territory here. This one claims to be personalized. This is just an Etsy listing on eBay. Why is this on eBay? And why is the same image photo custom it's here on another seller? It's another seller, dude, and another seller. It's actually crazy. Somebody's got to tell me what is happening with this. Okay, before this video becomes half an hour long, we gotta wrap up and finish off with our last category, fashion. Do I even need to say anything about this? Do you know how many drop-shipped clothing items there's gonna be? I mean, we already, without even trying, found that knockoff Carhartt beanie, so I think this is gonna be pretty bad. Let's just start off with these Ray-Ban glasses, and this reminds me of something I really, really hate about eBay. You'll notice that this seller has a 75% positive rating, but this says 4.6 star product rating. Well, what is a product rating? eBay's letting you know, well, here's how other customers thought about the same glasses. Not like the specific listing that you're looking at or the specific seller, just this item as a product. And I personally hate this because I think it's very, very misleading. Like, look, this guy's review is fast. That's gonna depend on the seller. What do you mean? It's not even, that has nothing to do with the sunglasses. The sunglasses aren't running, they ain't got legs, they're not fast. If I'm buying these glasses already, I think I know that I want them. I care more about whether this seller is actually giving me this item for a fair price with good shipping, or if they're, sending me 3 toothpicks and a nail. But anyways, let's browse more sunglasses. And apparently, okay. DeWalt Clear Smoke Anti-Fog Protective Glasses count. I could see them. You're welcome in the group. You're welcome, DeWalt Clear Smoke Anti-Fog Glasses. Okay, but scrolling through so far, looking good. I mean, I see a lot of real pictures. You love to see that. But I think this might just highlight the fact that the fashion category in particular is a little bit more surreptitious than the rest. And by that I mean, there's certainly going to be lots of counterfeits and knockoffs of real luxury brand names. But that kind of stuff is unfortunately a little harder to notice until you actually buy the product. For example, let's check out this listing for some Versace glasses. And I just want to say, first of all, I'm noticing a really awesome feature from eBay here. This is labeled as a stock photo, meaning it's not the seller's photo, they took it from the brand. Granted, the fact that I didn't even know this feature exists probably means it's not very well enforced or, widely used. Okay, here they are on LensCrafters, and the frame is $325, it says. So red flag number 1, way too good of a price. Red flag number 2, if we want to go ahead and get it out of the way, is this description is kind of weird. Category, sun. Gender, man. Shape, irregular. And I feel like that's just a really good way to describe me, actually. Let's not forget the most important test, which is going to see the seller, Trend United. We're greeted to new collection, up to, my favorite word, up to. And other than that, it's pretty much just more sunglasses. Although they do have this about section, which assures us 16,000 plus satisfied customers with positive reviews, authenticity guaranteed, 100% original, and brand new. From my experience, if you read a sentence like that, you should probably be sounding some alarms. But at the same time, they've been around since 2014 and are one of Etsy's top rated sellers. So who even knows anymore? Who even knows? They've sold 136,000 sunglasses, all at cheaper than retail price. I don't know how they did it. If somebody wants to tell me that, this sounds like the most amazing business strategy ever. But just to put a bow on things here, let's just look at the men's clothing items. Here's the 4th result. Looking a bit strange. We got 100% customer satisfaction badge. Go ahead, slap it on the mural, go ahead. And here's the 5th item. Fast and free. Once again, I'm begging you. You gotta get me in contact with whoever makes these images. Plam Cree Comforts? Plam Cree Comfort, there's no way. And I know what you're thinking, wasn't this a listing for thermal waterproof winter gloves? Yes, but we did accidentally include 3 images for a beanie. And what are you gonna do about it? Kitty Store 16, by the way. Oh, it truly is a kitty store. Hold on, okay. I mean, this is literally, if you took a screenshot of this and asked somebody, they would be like, oh yeah, that's like AliExpress. Maybe Temu. Anyways, this has been quite the episode. Gotta end it here. My thoughts after this experience are basically the same as the other episodes of Dropship December. When you're shopping, your primary focus is on finding the right product, finding whatever fits your needs or your desires, and finding it for the right price. But now, with the slopification of online shopping, you've got a whole nother task on your hand, which is, well, to figure out if you're being scammed. If you allow anybody to create an account and sell stuff on your website, you're gonna get this stuff. But that's not to say that there's nothing that could be done about it. I do think that these companies are willingly letting this stuff slide because it's making them money at the end of the day. Like, what's eBay gonna do? Take down all these sellers with thousands and thousands of sales? The sales that are giving them money? Of course not. And if you're looking for really niche stuff like I usually am, you know, you're not gonna have any trouble finding people selling Hall & Oates Lifetime 1978 on vinyl. The problem isn't that you can't find them if you try, but when your site becomes overrun by this much slop, it certainly makes it harder to do so, and generally just degrades trust in any seller on the site. So there you go. That's the state of eBay right now. And just like I hope that Etsy actually gets back to supporting small businesses and real artists, I also hope that eBay eventually gets back to, you know, the whole auction thing, the whole secondhand goods, or at least I hope they get back to encouraging that kind of use of their platform instead of the dropshippers, which are unfortunately probably pushing way more sales for eBay than Billy Joe Bob cleaning out his closet. As always, be a smart, safe shopper, and what are you doing? You got like a week left before Christmas. You better hurry up. But in case you're the real last minute type, I'm talking Christmas morning, well, I'll see you next week for the finale of Dropship December. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.